What is up, YouTube gang? It's your boy FridayRandomMedia, and I'm back with another video, episode 4, the last episode of season 2 of my Versus Battle series. You can actually find all season 1 and season 2 in the playlist section of my YouTube channel, so go check that out if you haven't seen those. Now, enough chit-chatting, let's get to this battle. Today we've got two skilled, aggressive, and lethal combatants. In one corner we've got the Fire Nation Princess, daughter of the Fire Lord Ozai, Azula of the Avatar Last Airbender universe, versus the Dark Lord of the Wizardry world, the Muggle Exterminator, Lord Voldemort of the Harry Potter universe. I'm not going to dive into their backstories too deep here. I'm just going to go into the rules as I always do for these videos. So, we're going to go over 5 categories total. Category number 1, strength. Category number 2, attack power and durability. Category number 3, combat speed. Category number 4, battle IQ. And the last category, powers, hacks, abilities, and gear. So, once we've gone over all 5 of those categories, we'll see who takes the majority of the categories. It's a lot of categories. Then, at the end of that segment, I'll give a play-by-play breakdown of how exactly I see the fight going down. Azula versus Voldemort. Ladies first. We'll begin with Princess Azula of the Fire Nation, and of course we'll open up with category number 1, strength. When it comes to comparing physical strength in the Last Airbender verse, a lot of strength actually stems from, the user's bending, which is kind of martial arts based. So it's not a lot of just physical raw strength feats, but when it comes to comparing her physical strength, Azula has been able to overpower nearly everyone she's come against. Harnessing her bending skills, which requires elite athleticism, she's able to break free of stone handcuffs bound to a stone wall. Half of the time, she doesn't even use her bending, able to deflect earth-bending attacks with just her punches and kicks. So Azula may be a princess, but she's no pushover. Now, moving on to category number 2, we've got attack power and durability. And as I've stated time after time before in these videos, I usually lump these two together because they usually do correlate. Starting with attack power, Azula has one-shot capability on most foes, as her lightning strike was actually able to kill Aang, the Airbender, the Avatar. He had to get revived, so yeah, Azula don't give a shit about plot armor. In contrast, Azula's durability is actually very impressive as well, as she survived her own lightning strike being redirected back to her. She can tank damage from all other forms of bending and blunt force attacks, as well as fatally wounding and injuring several powerful characters such as Aang, Zuko, even Uncle Iroh. No one to be messed with. Azula's firebending can even break through earth-bending shields, walls, and other stone and even metal structures. Moving on to category number 3, we've got combat speed. Azula's combat speed and her agility is perhaps one of her greatest tools in battle. Using her firebending to give her boosts in speed, Azula casually dodges all sorts of projectiles including fire, earth, water, and even Aang's airbending. In hand-to-hand situations, Azula is quicker than any opponent she's fought and can easily dodge and attack several targets at the same time. Now, moving on to our 4th category here, we have Battle IQ. What is Azula's battle intelligence like? Azula has commanded and led many missions victoriously in the name of the Fire Nation, proving herself a successful leader, but how about her individual combat skills? As I stated before, she's been able to casually solo several highly trained fighters and relatively powerful benders. She's been able to defeat Aang, like I said before, which is insanely impressive, although it was a younger Aang. Zuko, Iroh, Katara, really the list goes on. Azula is a tricky fighter, a dirty fighter, utilizing her acrobatics, strength, skills, and firebending, but if her instability gets the best of her, it's proven to negatively affect her skills, although it does increase how dangerous she becomes. Now, on to our 5th and final category for Azula. We have powers, hacks, abilities, and gear. So Azula's main ability, power, etc. would of course be her firebending. Azula is an extremely powerful bender as a daughter of the Fire Lord Ozai, That should be expected, honestly. Using technique, breath, and sometimes her insanity, Azula can blast fireballs, fire whips, fire blades, spinning fire attacks, fire shields, all from which she launches from either her hands or her feet. She's even been seen to launch fire from her mouth, which is kind of badass, like a dragon thing. Azula, of course, has the lightning strike ability, which is strong enough to take out the Avatar, Aang, in a single shot. That is going to wrap it up for Princess Azula, so now let's transition over to the Dark Lord, Voldemort, Mr. Tom Riddle. Beginning with category number 1, we're back to strength. How strong is Voldemort? In the Harry Potter verse, Voldemort doesn't really need physical strength when he's got magical strength. With the power of his magic, Voldemort frequently is able to lift and move large objects like 2 big-ass chunks of marble, a dead troll that was in his path. Voldemort even lifts and tosses around opponents from time to time without much effort at all. Voldemort has even used his magical strength to shake building-like structures. Branching off to category number 2, we're back to attack power and durability. Voldemort usually ends his opponents as he's able to one-shot many of his ops with a single spell. Voldemort has survived a few beam struggles with the likes of Harry Potter himself, along with Dumbledore, which is insane, 2 of the most powerful wizards at the time. Voldemort has been seen blocking and deflecting spells with his own magic, and has the AP durability to hang in 1v1s, even a 1v3 wizard battle. Aside from the opponents, Voldemort has been able to blast through walls, bring down roofs, even deliver the final blow to bring down the Hogwarts magical shield, which that was a pretty badass scene in the movie, I can't lie. Coming to category number 3, we have combat speed. Most might actually underestimate Voldemort's speed, as he's capable of flying without the help of a broomstick, as he takes his apparating form, which looks like a menacing cloud of black smoke. Voldemort easily catches up to broomstick riders, and has the speed in combat to keep up with more than 3 targets at a time pretty casually. Light work. Branching off into category number 4, we're going back to the Battle IQ category. Aside from being able to pull off crimes and successfully manipulate people as a child, as he grew into the Dark Lord, Voldemort used his IQ and manipulative mind to amass and lead an army of evil wizards and more evil beings. Voldemort has actually been the first to accomplish a few different magical feats, notably being the first to actually fly without a broomstick. Voldemort is also capable of casting spells without a wand and without even calling out a spell verbally. Voldemort is somewhat a one-trick pony, as we see him mostly casting the Avada Kedavra, the killing curse. But despite that, Voldemort has proven his magical knowledge in the heat of battle against Snape, Dumbledore, and Harry Potter. Now on to the 5th and final category, powers, hacks, abilities, and gear. Of course, Voldemort has his magic, he has his spells, so we're going to list off a few. Number 1, we've got Avada Kedavra, the killing curse, which has one-shot capability, able to kill people in one shot, and it's obviously Voldemort's favorite spell to cast. Number 2, we've got Crucio, the Cruciatic curse, I believe that's how you say it, which inflicts torture and mental insanity onto the opponent. Number 3, we've got Immobilis, which immobilizes targets, freezes them in place. Number 4, we've got Stupefy, which KOs or stuns the target. Number 5, we've got Fiend Fire, magical fire that can form into beasts and monsters, destroying whatever's in its path. So Voldemort has more spells, but those are kind of the top tier attacks that he would use in battle. Voldemort also does have the ability to use limited telepathy and telekinesis with the help of his magic. Of course, the Dark Lord also has his wand, which he doesn't even need. Also, as I've mentioned before, Voldemort does have the ability to fly. He has the apparating form that turns into the black cloud, the black smoke cloud. So he's quite capable of himself. So that is going to be it for our character review. So let's actually go over and see which combatants take which categories. Category number 1, we have strength. This category is tricky because Although Azula has far more aggressive attacks with her strength, Voldemort does show an equal quality of strength, just less flashy. I call this strength category a tie. Category number 2, we have attack power and durability. Both characters have shown one-shot capability against powerful targets, as well as both tanking and surviving fatal attacks. I'm going to call AP and durability a tie as well. Number 3, we have combat speed. While Voldemort is capable of apparating, seemingly teleporting, he still doesn't have the agility, the nimbleness, and the consistent quickness that Azula shows. So I'm going to give Azula the combat speed. Category number 4, battle IQ. Both of these opponents have great feats under their belt, but both have active drawbacks to their IQ in combat. However, because of her versatility in combat, I do give the battle IQ to Azula. Category number 5, powers, hacks, abilities, and gear. Both combatants have impressive powers and abilities. However, the unpredictability and the potency of Voldemort's magic will cause me to give the powers, hacks, abilities, and gear to Voldemort. Now that we've got that covered, let's get to the last section of the video, the battle itself. So how exactly do I see this fight playing out? As the Death Eaters invade the Fire Nation, Princess Azula steps onto the overhang of the Fire Temple. A black streak zooms through the sky before Voldemort himself lands before her. Voldemort claims the Fire Nation will fall under the Wizarding World, and of course the two square up. Voldemort begins the battle, instantly firing off his Avada Kedavra, but it's easily dodged by Azula. Azula shoots off some fireballs, testing her opponent's reactions. Voldemort uses his telekinesis to redirect the flames. He quickly fires off 2 more Avada Kedavras, both shots being dodged. Growing frustrated now, Voldemort apparates and closes the distance, hurling an assortment of spells as Azula dodges and evades. Azula drops some bars, talking some shit, trying to rile up the Dark Lord. Voldemort attempts to telekinetically lift Azula into the air, and it actually works. She's surprised by this new form of combat she's never witnessed before, and she quickly makes a move, kicking a wall of fire directly at Voldemort. With urgency, Voldemort drops Azula, then uses his magic to split the flame. Voldemort emerges from the enveloping fire and decides to conjure his own fiery attack. Voldemort summons a fiend fire serpent from his whispered spell, and he laughs as the fiery serpent lunges at Princess Azula. Azula realizes she cannot use her own firebending on Voldemort's magical fire due to the magical properties. Too late to dodge, Azula rocket boosts into a grandiose backflip, launching numerous fire blasts to disperse the Dark Lord's serpent, and she succeeds. But Voldemort is pissed off, and already back on the offensive, hitting Azula with the immobilizing spell. Azula is stuck, frozen, panicking as the Dark Lord approaches her. And in her fit of panic and rage, Azula is able to breathe fire from her nose and mouth. She quickly clouds herself in fire, and Voldemort releases the Immobilist spell as he himself begins feeling the heat. Voldemort casts another Avada Kedavra. Then he apparates. Then once again he hurls another killing curse, repeating this attack over and over again. Voldemort comes to a halt when the spells don't penetrate the blue fiery shield, and suddenly the sky begins to darken. Lightning lights up the sky again, and Azula bursts from the shield, launching a massive lightning attack. Voldemort just manages to cast another killing curse. The two beams collide, causing a massive explosion of energy atop the fire temple. While Voldemort is knocked back by the blast, Azula rocket boosts into the air with a mix of flips, kicks, and punches, ultimately raining down an unavoidable barrage of fire and lightning. Using her agility and her high attack output to overwhelm the Dark Lord, Azula scorches Voldemort alive. Azula wins. However, little does Azula know, and the Fire Nation know, with the Horcruxes still scattered across the world, Voldemort will eventually return. That's right, gang, I believe Azula takes the win in a high difficulty fight. She's too fast, too agile, and in my opinion, she has more constant attacks she can keep barraging her enemies with. Now, if you disagree, or agree, or have any battle ideas of your own, comment down below. I'm all ears. I know that disagreement is in the nature of the beast when it comes to these topics, so I'm here for it. This is going to conclude the fourth and final episode of Season 2 of our Versus Battle series. I'm sorry it wasn't as long as our usual ones, but I'm not going to draw out a video just to have the video drawn out. Stick around. I'm going to be doing more Versus Battles down the line, but for the next few weeks, I got some more fun stuff for you guys. I got some what-if scenarios. I got some more reaction videos coming, along with some content including my own comic line that is coming in December. Find me by the same name on TikTok, FridayRandomMedia. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, and most importantly, have a great day. It's your boy Friday Random Media, and I'm out.